In this video tutorial, we'll show you how easy it is to set a data retention schedule to manage your transactions stored on OneSpan Sign. Administrators can define a purging schedule for incomplete and complete transactions using the self-serve data retention feature. Let's take a closer look at how this feature works. If you're the administrator for your organization's OneSpan Sign account, access the Admin section from the top menu and select Data Retention. From the Data Retention screen, you can set a purging schedule for the following categories: total transactions lifetime, incomplete, completed, and archived transactions. By default, transaction retention is set to unlimited and is the administrator's responsibility to define a purging schedule per transaction category and status in accordance with their organization's data retention policy. Archived transactions are set by the user to be retrieved at a later date. In this example, the administrator can set a purging schedule of 90 days to purge archived transactions 90 days after the transaction was archived. Total transactions lifetime is when the transaction was first created, regardless of whether the transaction is incomplete or completed. In this example, if the administrator sets the purging schedule for 100 days, all transactions, regardless of whether they are incomplete or completed, will be deleted 100 days after their creation date. Alternatively, administrators can get granular with their purging schedule by setting the number of days when incomplete and completed transactions can be purged. In this example, all incomplete transactions, which includes transactions that are in draft mode, declined, or expired, will be deleted 120 days from the time the transactions were created. Additionally, all completed transactions will be deleted 100 days after their completion date. Administrators can also set a purging schedule for incomplete transactions per status. In this example, drafts will be deleted 10 days after entering draft status, declined transactions will be deleted 30 days after being declined, and expired transactions will be deleted 30 days after their expiry date. Note: if administrators set a purging schedule for all incomplete transactions and by status, the purging will take place at the earliest scheduled date. For example, drafts will be deleted every 10 days instead of every 120 days scheduled in the incomplete transactions section. Click Submit to save the purging schedule. To manage the purging schedule specifically for sent transactions, administrators need to configure expiry settings for these transactions. To set an expiry date for sent transactions, click Sent Transactions Expiry Time. In this example, the administrator has configured the expiry date for transactions with a default expiry of a maximum of 60 days since the date transactions were sent. If a user wants to set an expiry date for the transaction, they can do so at a minimum of 1 day to a maximum of 60 days, as configured by the administrator. Expired transactions will automatically be purged based on the expiry schedule configured by the administrator. Click Submit to save the configured expiry schedule for sent transactions. Visit our support center for more video tutorials about OneSpan Sign.